Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today I'm going to be setting up my February 2019 spreads. And I'm so excited to plan with you all because this month's theme is all about handwritten letters and snail mail. We asked everyone on the community board if you wanted to see a very Valentine's Day themed layout or something a bit different, and the non-Valentine's Day theme setup won. So I decided to do something that is neutral but can still be done as a Valentine's Day theme if you just add enough hearts. And as a little treat for all of you, we're going to be doing a giveaway at the end of the video, so please keep watching. But before we get started, here's a flip through of the last month's setup. I had a lot of fun setting up for January. I think my spreads turned out so simple but so nice. And this time I also did different weekly spreads because last year I did the same weekly layout for each week of the month, but this time I decided to switch it up. And I also realized that I only really need one page for each week instead of a 2-page spread because my handwriting is quite tiny and I'm just trying to save pages, so from now on I'm just going to do a single page spread for each week. So for my February setup, I'm starting with a quote on the left, which is, "When we're connected to others, we become better people." This month I'm going to focus more on making deeper connections with people. For my lettering, I'm just switching between quick calligraphy and block lettering with drop shadows. And then I'm just adding some paper planes and dash lines to decorate the page. And for the title page, I'm writing February with the brush side of my red jewel brush marker, and then I'm just adding dash lines around it to give it a bit more visual interest. Then I'm drawing those envelopes with red and blue straps to decorate the page. Then I'm adding more paper planes and dash lines and some dots in red and blue. And as usual, my next page is a monthly log, so I'm just writing February again in the same color and font. And then I'm drawing a table for my calendar. Then I'm just drawing a postcard on the left to decorate the empty space. Then on the right I'm drawing a postage stamp, which is just made up of a double circle and some wavy lines. Then I'm just drawing some paper planes and dash lines. And then I'm just adding a goals section on the right and some drop shadows and more envelopes. I think this spread turned out to be really fun, so I'm really excited to use it. Up next is my mood tracker. For this I'm just drawing an envelope with a piece of paper inside where it says mood tracker, and to stick to the theme I'm just adding more red and blue stripes. Then around the envelope I'm drawing 28 pieces of paper to color in for each day. On the other side I have my habit tracker, and for this I'm just drawing little envelopes with a piece of paper inside, and then I'm just dividing the paper into 28 boxes, so that's 6x5 squares on the Stationery Island dotted notebook, and then I'm just filling in the 2 other boxes. Then I'm just decorating the envelopes with more stripes and labeling them with the habits I want to track. Then I have some extra space at the bottom, so I'm just drawing some mail related drawings, and then I'm just adding red and blue dots all over the page. The next spread I'm going to show you is what I'm going to call Love Letters to the World, which is essentially a gratitude list, but each day you dedicate a letter to a person or the universe or whatever made you happy or thankful that day. For this I'm just drawing 28 little envelopes, one for each day. Then each day I'm going to sit down and think about what happened that day that really cheered me up, and I'm going to write it all down here, dedicating the space to the person responsible. This is a good way to remember all the good things anyone has ever done to you. For moments where you feel like you can't really rely on anyone, this will remind you of the kindness of strangers and the people around you. Alright, for the next one I'm skipping a whole 2-page spread because I'm going to stick those pages together to create a little pocket. For this I'm sketching out an envelope and cutting a hole with a pair of scissors. Then I'm just gluing this page to the blank page under it but I'm making sure that I'm only gluing the top part and the edges because I will need the space to put stuff in. Then I'm just drawing the envelope and then labeling it love letters to myself, and the idea is to slip little notes inside for myself to read in the future. I did it this way instead of the previous one, like my love letters to the world, just because I think this is a tiny bit more private. You can definitely just stick an envelope on this if you prefer, but I just thought this is a cute and clever way to create a fake envelope, so I thought I'd share it with all of you. Then I'm just decorating the rest of the page with paper planes, dash lines and dots. The next page is an ideas page, so I'm just adding the title and decorating it with more envelopes, stamp marks and dots, but the rest of the page has no structure because this is where all my ideas will go in. And the next page is something that I forgot to add last month, which is a highlights page. I really enjoyed doing this last year, so I thought I'd bring it back. And it's just basically a double page spread where I could put all the fun stuff in February. So for this, I'm just writing the title and adding a border with the red and blue envelope stripes. I really like the simplicity of this page, and I just thought it would look even nicer filled in with my monthly highlights. And the last spread I will be showing you is my weekly spread. I mentioned earlier that I'm only doing a single page spread for each week from now on, so I'll be showing you 2 design ideas. The first one is for the first week of the month, and since February starts on a Friday, I'm only making 3 boxes for this week. I made the boxes look like little postcards with the stamps on the corner, and then I'm just decorating the rest of the page with the doodles I used previously. For my second weekly spread, I'm doing 7 long boxes, and on the side I'm drawing envelopes with the date and the day of the week, and then I'm adding more dash lines, dots and paper planes to keep the theme consistent. And before the flip through, I just want to talk a little bit about the giveaway. So for the plan with me, we are giving away a set of dual brush markers like the ones I used to set up my spreads. To enter, all you have to do is be subscribed to our channel, like this video and comment down below. The winner will be announced in the community board next week, so please look out for that. And finally, here's a flip through of my February setup. I really like how the spreads turned out. I think this is quite possibly my favorite theme yet. I really hope this video gave you some ideas, and if it did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. And don't forget to click that bell button to be notified each time we post. And that's all for now. Thank you all so much for watching. See you next week.